Hello again. Welcome to Alphawisdom. This is lesson 115. These lessons this week we're covering the heart line and going into greater detail as to what the line means at the end of it when it rises up. Suppose there's several lines. What does that mean? So we're going to try to get to all of that, okay? So, continuing with our discussion of the heart line, we learned in the previous lesson that the line can rise up from the mount, is that fleshy part below the finger, to the index finger, between the index finger and Saturn, and then to Saturn. Now, this first example we have here is showing that we have all three in one hand. That simply is saying we have a line that has risen to the Jupiter area, then between Jupiter and Saturn, that's the middle finger and the index finger, and then to the middle finger, Saturn. Okay, so we have all three qualities in one. Now, when it's three like this, the person is dealing with sentiment, that would be the one that goes to Jupiter, common sense, that's between the the index finger and the middle finger, and finally, passion. Okay, when they're three together, this shows that the heart is the strongest factor in the makeup of this person or the individual, whoever has this. And a well-defined headline, this is important, a well-defined headline and a strong thumb must be present to prevent the heart from ruling the head. Now, I didn't include a headline on this one, but you understand what the headline is. With this strong formation, you can, by noting which of the three lines is the deepest at its starting point. Starting is when it starts to rise, okay? All right, going on from that starting point to tell whether it's sentiment, common sense, or passion that is the strongest force on this hand. This always produces of an affectionate person, whichever one is the strongest now. But these are the qualities. The person will be affectionate. The person has a warm heart, a great deal of it, and loves friend, relation, and mankind in general. His danger is too much heart, and he does not always look after his own interests when considering those of others. This will be increased if the fork from Jupiter is the strongest. That is this one. If we compare these three little lines here, if this tends to be the strongest by the quality of the line, well defined, and decreased if the middle line is the strongest. So if this happens to be stronger than this, even though this is stronger, we're looking at this. If the middle one is the strongest, then it means that common sense or the practical side of the emotions will be prominent, okay? This fork of the heart line will not always be so pronounced, but every variation of it can be read based upon the full indication that is given. Sometimes the line will start in a fork with several forks, and they'll only be on Jupiter. In fact, you'll have all these forks, 2 or 3 of them right here, in which case it increases that characteristic. Now, Jupiter deals with sentimentality, that aspect of the heart. So if you have 3 there, it increases the sentimentality of the single line. So that person, when it comes to feeling and emotion, very sentimental. Okay. Now, the same rule applies to the others. So if this has several lines going up to between the finger, that will apply there. If there's several lines going up here, then this is the strongest. Remember, this is passion, sexual passion. So if there's several lines here, if you've seen a hand like that, if your hand happens to be that way, then we would have to say, or you would have to say, then very sexual, passionate person. But everything is balanced if that headline is strong and you have a strong thumb. Otherwise, your heart line will just control everything. Okay, I hope this has answered some hidden questions in your mind, but let's see if there's something else we can learn. Okay. The general rule applies that a single line tends to make the affections more self-contained, and the subject loves family and friends strongly, but does not reach out to everybody as does the one whose heart line is forked at the start. The deeper and clearer the line at the start, the deeper but more likely to be selfish are the affections. Okay? The more it branches, the more the person will go out to many people. The line beginning with a fork makes a successful subject, for he has many friends. So in the long run, it's all good. It's just letting you know which one seems to be the strongest or the dominating one. So look at the quality of these lines that go up. And if you have it like this, or you see hands like this, the heart line rather, then you will have a better understanding after this lesson. Hopefully you will. Okay? So this ends this lesson. And we will continue with the heart line in the next lesson. And we'll see where we go the following week. Okay, thank you again for watching. Remember, if you like it or you understood it, thumbs up. If you want to share, that'll be a good idea because many people probably don't know this channel exists. And subscribe if you haven't already. Well, thanks again for watching. Thank you for being there for Alphawisdom. Take care of yourselves. Stay positive. Be happy. Bye.